Do you have one of those children who cannot change plans? Or maybe you have to get out of the house and they need to finish what they're doing. They cannot leave until this is done. This is a skill called switching. And it impacts so much of our lives, and you don't think of it as a big deal, but it's that ability to transition from one thing to the next. It shows up in children when you have a child who has difficulties transitioning from one task to another. But it also can show up in adults who maybe are a little bit more wedded to their plan. And if their plan doesn't go as is, the world is coming to an end. What causes this? Well, there's a part of your brain that allows you to do switching. And it's something that we train. It's something that you can actually even practice with your kids. So one of the things that I used to do with my kids when we talked about a plan for the day, we'd say our plan is doing this. And then I'd say, now, what's plan B? What's plan C? What's plan D? And by doing that regularly, they got to a point where they just knew that sometimes life doesn't work out as you planned. And if you have a plan B and plan C and plan D, you can go with the flow a lot easier because you've already thought ahead and anticipated that maybe something wasn't going to go as planned. What about that kid who is not very creative? They have to do it their way. They have to do it in the routine that they want to do it in. They have to solve the problem in the way that the teacher taught you. For this kind of child, what I would do is you can practice this as well. And you can ask them a question about, give me 4 different ways you could solve this problem. And it could be a simple problem, but it's giving them the idea that there's more than one way to tackle something. And when you do that, it gives you a very good tool in life in that there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to tackle a situation. And so it allows them to build more creative problem-solving skills that you need in life. You might be asking yourself, how can I maybe develop switching in my child? Games. We always have great games to suggest. So any game that requires you to plan and then change your plan because the other player did something differently is a really great way to develop switching. So things like chess, checkers, sequence, twister, sorry, chutes and ladders, blockus, and one of my favorites for developing switching, bop it.